Namaste, Star Family. Welcome back to the Matrix Oracle for another pick a card reading. So, this is going to be an advice from this universe. I'm channeling those messages for Mars going retrograde, first in Leo. I will address the part when the retrograde is in Cancer in another pick a card reading. So, this particular energy and advice from the universe is from December 6th, 2024 all the way to January 6th, 2025. Okay, so let's see those piles. Okay, if you like to use your zodiac placement, I would suggest your Mars placement, but again, you can use whatever feels in alignment for you. Let's see. So advice from the universe. Mars is all connected to your nervous system, to your creative energy, your momentum, how you create your free will. Okay, so, okay. And I felt this card here as well. There we go. All right. So 3 piles. I'm going to shuffle here and see what zodiac archetype we're going to choose and associate those with. Okay, all right. We got a little switcheroo here. Okay, all right. So let's first look. I don't know why, but some of you maybe sometimes we get influenced by the cards, but if you really want to activate your connection to the stars and to your natal chart, connecting to your Mars placement can be very supportive. So we have here Capricorn, Cancer, we have Libra, and we have Aries. Okay, then that's pile number 1. And pile number 2, we have Pisces, we have Aquarius, we have Leo, and we have Gemini. And then we have Virgo, Sagittarius, Taurus, and Scorpio. All right, let's look at those cards. Pile number 1, we have the Swan Spirit. Time for a deep dive. Okay, beautiful. Pile number 2, we have the Porcupine Spirit. Time for beginner's mind. Beautiful. And pile number 3, we have the Moth Spirit. Surrender now. Beautiful piles. Wonderful. All right, 1, 2, and 3. I will see you there for your advice from the universe. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your messages. You chose the beautiful Swan Spirit. Okay, it says time for a deep dive. Probably deep dive around the heart and your compassion, anything that has to do with your emotional body. Interestingly, I'm being called to look at the number 60, which in the zodiac wheel, when you work with all the angles of the zodiac, this is all about transcending and releasing, freeing yourself from mental prisons. Okay, so there might be something that you tell yourself that is part of the advice from the universe that could be affecting how you feel. Okay, and that's important as an awareness. If you chose according to zodiac placement, I suggest your Mars placement because this is channeled around Mars retrograde in the portion where it's in Leo. Okay, so we have Capricorn, Cancer, Libra, and we have Aries. Okay, let's put it aside. I want a little bit more space here. Ooh, I want some space. Recreate some space. Space from what? Okay, let's look at your advice from the universe, pile number 1. Okay. All right. Then I chose Mother Isis to work with the Archaeas. Oh, wow. Beautiful scarab energy. Very potent energy. I feel like almost like a medicine. You know the scarab, there's some symbol that I can't remember if it has a name, but it's with the ankh and a scarab. And it's all related to the pineal gland, to the brain. Remember here, I mentioned to you the angles of the zodiac here, which actually correlates to Capricorn. Oh wow, we do have Capricorn here. Last degrees of Capricorn. Okay, there's something as far as an activation from the brain, the patterns, okay, that I feel intuitively that could have, been something that we want to review right now with this retrograde. Because Mars in retrograde, it is all about reviewing what drives you. And in this case, often people focus just on actions with Mars, but really the emotions that we carry drives us. So it's more about how we process everything that we process or we don't process, and how it literally leads us to make certain decisions or believe certain things, act on certain things, partner up in certain relationships, decides yes or no. Okay, so there's a strong message for you here, pile number 1, from the universe regarding the mental patterns and what drives you in some type of emotional healing. It says, life restored. Spiritual resurrection is gifted to you now. Whatever part of you or your life you thought to be dead is being revived and will flourish back into life. Just as the phoenix rises from the fire, transitioning from death into life, so too will you rise again, healed and renewed. Okay, so there is a rebirth after we're having this awareness. Remember, in retrograde, there's a review motion, and that seems to be such a powerful month, okay, here of that retrograde in the degrees of Leo that really speak of working with energy, working with, being diplomatic, also tapping to secret aspect of the self, secret access doors. Okay, so I feel that for you, it's very much connected to how you connect certain things in your mind, certain events, and how this is going to give you back some power, some life. Things that maybe you didn't feel was accessible to you is going to be restored because you're going to understand something, okay? Oh, look at this. Ancestry. Heal at the root. Look at the power of this card. Wow. Okay. I already know what I want to give you as a healing frequency, my dear pile number 1, just because when I saw all this sacred geometry, but also all those colors, I felt the rainbow. I felt like you needed to bring the rainbow bridge frequency. And that's one that I'm going to list up there, but I'm also going to list it down below. Okay, let me write that down for you. The rainbow bridge. I love the healing technology that I weaved into this one. This is going to help you. Some of you, if you like to chant mantras, what I'm going to give you is, and I will detail it in the description box because sometimes I can't even put this a link above because I list too many. But never mind. Thank you, YouTube, for restricting me. I am going to put a mantra, the one that I use for the soul fragments retrieval. So I have soul fragments retrieval. Okay, some of you that have been doing some energy work with me, I am very big on working with mantras, with mudras. Okay, and I feel that if I had to give you a mudra, okay, a sign language, for some reason, even though I talked about the pineal gland, which is more like third eye, and here we're talking about the root, I'm going to give you 2 because the first thing that activated me personally was the crown. There's something from the divine. We're channeling a gift from, you know, a message and advice from the universe. And I don't know why I said gift, okay? It seems that there's a gift from this awareness, you know, something maybe you really wanted, and you kind of put it aside because a part of you didn't believe you could make it or make it happen, manifest it. It was too complex. That awareness is going to give it back its life. There was something from the past, from your ancestry, and you're going to get some of that awareness when you work with this energy. So if you wanted to work with the root chakra, this is, you know, the thumb and your index connect you to the root. Okay. And if you want then to connect to your crown, this is all fingers together and just the pinkies out. Okay. All right. Some of you, if you want to research all the mudras connected to the chakra, I would advise you can also just do a whole chain of meditation from the root up to the crown. But I feel like the root chakra and the crown chakra, almost like the beginning and the end. There's something, it's almost like you will always get the same result if you always start with the same brain, the same belief. I think there's a quote from Albert Einstein around this theme, which is almost like the mindset that created a problem, or the mindset that saw that there was a problem, is never going to find the solution for it, because it created the problem and it limited it and it labeled it a problem. It's almost like you're being asked to transcend something through the support of the universe. And that's what I have as far as energy work. Okay, we're going to get some more details with the tarot. Okay, but I want to give some of the guidance for the energy work, because some of you are advanced. You've been working with me for a while, and I can see it very, very clearly. Did I write that? Okay, yes. Soul fragment mantra to retrieve. Okay. All right. Can we know a little bit more about this mental pattern that we need to break free from, that we need to heal at the root, that seems to affect us emotionally and drive us in a certain pattern of repetition? We have the Two of Cups, and we have the Hanged Man. There's something about yin yang also here. Pile number one. There's something about how your mental pattern and your emotional patterns keep you stuck. Okay, we have some details here about this, because, you know, we know there's something we have to transcend. So what is it? Okay, Eight of Cups, removing a certain emotional way of feeling about something. What exactly? Can we get some details? Oh, I know this is a collective reading, so sometimes it's a little hard to pinpoint. King of Wands. King of Wands is pretty successful. Is it about your success? Is it about what you're able to achieve? Can we get some more details about the emotions that we need to remove ourselves from? It's funny because, you know, there's that lion, which we're channeling here around. So Leo, there's a certain strength, there's a certain courage, something that seems to disempower you. Okay. Can we get some details about what is disempowering? Pile number one that we need to heal at this time. Oh, wow. Interesting. The Nine of Wands and the Lovers. Okay. The Nine of Wands, I always see it as the Chiron wound. Okay, there's something, maybe some of you have a connection to your Chiron placement and your Mars that is significant. Actually, this is interesting. I just finished a personal reading, and that person had not merged, but conjunct, so close enough, their Mars and their Chiron. So some of you, maybe there's something about your deepest wound. Okay, and this is where I'm going to suggest in that case, I have another frequency healing session that I want to suggest to work with your Chiron placement. And I want you to work with, you see also the rainbow. I want you to work with the mantra Hu, which is the divine sound of God in one of the ancient seed mantra, H-U, okay? And if I had to give you a specific mudra, I would suggest locking in infinity because of the Lovers and the Two of Cups. Locking your fingers this way. When the right thumb is on top, it's yang energy. And I would chant Hu with your Chiron frequency, okay? And then I would let it work its magic. And then I would change it and I would have the left thumb on top. You guys, what I'm doing this for this picker card reading, which I'm not surprised, but this is the type of thing that I provide in personal readings when I see certain patterns, restriction, karmic repetition. And you can see with the ancestry and the heal at the root and the secret geometry, that's something that seems to have weigh on you. Okay, so there's an advice that this is the time. This retrograde is a perfect time for you to take a deep dive. After all, this is what it is advising you. I'm going to make sure that I put the playlist here, okay, for everyone. Okay, the Chiron playlist. Please make sure that you address your personal Chiron placement to know what frequency, okay? And if you like to chant, add the Hu mantra, okay? And then what I call the yin yang lock mudra. I call it the lock because we lock. And I'm going to describe that also in the description box below. Okay, some of you, if that's something that you want to do. And I really feel that because those degrees that we're in retrograde, they're of Leo, they are about energy work. They are about magic. This is a perfect moment for you to believe in the power of vibration, of energy work, of sound healing, and seeing the benefit manifesting. Maybe some of you, it's like restoring something, like you said, like something you thought dead, something maybe you thought impossible, inaccessible to you in this lifetime. So I love this personal guidance for you, pile number one, because you have that power within you. Let's see just one last card, okay? With the archangels and archaeas. Whoa, that it's interesting. You can't, let me see if I can show you a little bit. It literally fell on the Zodiac, okay? It fell on the Zodiac placement. Some of you, if you chose this by intuition, make sure you choose your Mars Zodiac placement to get a further message. But there's something about the Zodiac. There's something about your natal chart. There's something that you have to know. If some of you are interested in Chiron readings, because we have the wounded healer here, okay? That's something I offer, and you'll find it below. If you don't find a lot of opportunities to book, okay? It's because I'm still traveling and I'm going to be soon in my home, settled. I should have the internet that works, you know. So you will see, I'm going to open up some more availabilities in my schedule. But just in case some of you see that I'm fully booked, I have been, but I have been so fully booked with other things. Oh, look at this. Satellite symbol. Turn on your light. I love it. Some of you, I really feel, especially I'm being called to put it here, it could be that you were in a relationship or in a job, or you could still be stuck there, like in something that doesn't light you up. Okay, there's something that is much greater for you, that awaits you. And the universe says, if you deep dive in within yourself and you heal some of the patterns that is meant for you to access now, this is a month where you can have access through this type of energy work, through this type of deep diving. And some of you, if you are not into mantra or mudra, just play the frequency, the rainbow bridge, and your Chiron, if you can make a playlist, okay, and fall asleep to it. That will still be enough. You guys, I was so resistant to meditation because my nervous system was shot. Every time I tried to close my eyes, my whole body was shaking. But it was shaking, it was not real, because as soon as I opened my eyes, I saw that my body was immobile. That's how bad my nervous system was, that as soon as I tried to quiet myself, I felt like the whole world was shaking around me. This is how much chaos my body was still under the effect. You know, it's like a trauma that doesn't heal. And it took me a full year of solely doing frequency healing at night before I could meditate, before I could sit with myself. So this is why I'm highly devoted to the sound healing and to giving you certain process so you can also access to this light that you already have. But believe me, I did not see it. I was like shot. I mean, I was such in survival mode and trying not to repeat the same things that wounded me. But it was not the way. And I'm very grateful, you know, to have been guided towards this step by step. Okay, because some of you, that's how deep it is. And it's going to take the step by step. And I'm really honored that you are here to tune in. Okay, if that's you, pile number one, and you feel it and you want to heal it, please drop me down below a little swan. I do believe we have this as an emoji. I hope. Do we have a swan? If we don't have a swan, give me a key. You know what? I like the key to connect to Chiron. Or if we have both, let's do the swan and the key. Because Chiron's symbol looks like a reverse key. So I always feel like that's the way. You can also drop me a rainbow. I'm like giving you a lot of things. A swan, a key, a rainbow. That's you. I just want to thank you. I just feel so much compassion, so much love, so much compassion towards what you had to walk. You know, this feels complex, and I am so grateful for this cosmic energy to support you, to revive your light, to revive your hope, to revive your dreams. You know, I really feel this is accessible to you. So I'm sending so many blessings your way, pile number one. And remember, if you enjoy this reading, please give it a thumbs up. It supports the channel in return. Namaste. Hi, pile number two. Welcome to your advice from the universe. You chose the really cute card of the Porcupine spirit, the time for beginner's mind. I don't know why I find it so cute, because there's just such a childlike energy that I'm feeling from it. And it's probably part of your advice is to be open to the wonders of the universe through this Mars retrograde, the first period where it's still in Leo in Western astrology. If you chose according to your zodiac placement, I would suggest Mars, but you don't have to. You can just choose according to your intuition. We have Pisces, Aquarius, Leo, and Gemini. I'm going to put them aside. And we're going to see what is it that you should be excited, because I feel like it's something you're supposed to be excited about. Okay. But it's new. It seems to be new, so it's asking you to be flexible in your mind, in your approach. Okay. We're gonna see what else we have. Okay. There we go. All right. Let's read this first. Initiation. Oh, wow. Oh, that's so funny. When you are being initiated into the divine mysteries of light, love, and power, there are moments of profound challenge. The key is to find the light within the challenge, the opportunity for growth that can transform any challenge into an experience of healing. With compassion and cleverness, you will not burn during your challenges. You shall thrive. Beautiful. Okay. So there's an initiation of some sort, and it's asking you to be open, to be childlike, because I feel that if you're not, that will create an immediate response of resistance. Okay. Then we have Archangel Zadkiel, strengthen your boundaries. Very interesting. The number 18 in the Zodiac is all about divine justice. Okay? I feel that there's the advice of the universe is linked to your energy field, the mastery of where your energy starts and where it ends. Okay, let's get some details about this initiation, okay, with the tarot cards. Can we get some details for pile number 2 about this initiation that requires a beginner's mind? The Emperor. This is Aries energy. Connected also to Mars. No kidding. Okay, big. It seems to be very meaningful transit for you, pile number 2. This is a meaning. The number 4 in the Zodiac, okay, is connected to initiation, which I'm mind blown by this. Also, I'm very drawn to the color orange here. So I don't know if there's something about the womb, a connection to your creation, what is that you're creating or that you're able or restricted to create, and transcending those restrictions. Remember, because there's something about boundaries. Is it something that you need to transcend so you can expand your field? The Lovers. Okay, Gemini, which we have here in this pile. All about choice, all about yin yang. And the Two of Wands. There is some type of plan that the divine has for you. There's a certain decision, with the Lovers, there's a certain choice that seems to maybe ask of you to depart on an adventure. Okay, something that might feel unknown, something that asks you to step outside of the boundaries of your routine. Yeah, it feels like it might be, and that's why your boundaries here is that self-inflicted boundaries. Okay, we'll see. I feel this is more about that energy here. Can we have some more details about this new adventure, this new wow, smack on it, this choice? Wow, okay. So we have the Hanged Man and the Death or Rebirth with, the Death card. Scorpio energy. you know what? This really feels that the energy, there's an invitation for you, pile number 2, the advice from the universe, to reflect on a certain offer, on a certain choice, or maybe a certain desire. You know, here it's someone that wants to, I feel like she wants to go on a road trip, you know, a certain adventure. There's a certain adventure that this person wants to take. And it seems that the advice that I'm getting, because it seems like it's something you are meant to go after, to chase a dream, to go after this dream, yet there is some pause and energy work, because there is the version of you that is going to make this a success as yet to arrive, as yet to be initiated on the becoming of that version. Okay, so can we get some details on the version of yourself, on the embodiment, on that version? Because this is almost like asking of you to transcend the version that you were, transcend the version that limited you. See, I thought there was like something with others. Some of you, maybe it's the version that you labeled yourself with that is more what other perceives of you versus what you truly perceive. You know, I'm going to give you an advice here, okay, with the perception. The perception is very much in how people perceive us in our natal chart, because there's indication for you that your chart is being activated with this placement, with this transit, this retrograde. I'm going to suggest to you, pile number 2, to look at your rising sign, your AC, because that's usually how people see you, okay? And go listen to the message connected to your AC, your rising sign's placement. It seems that there is probably an indication, an additional message, okay? You don't have to, we're going to still deep dive, but because it's a collective message, there might be a lot of clues and you have to put them together. Okay, can we get, I feel this is more here. Can we get some details about this version that pile number 2 needs to birth? Like, can we get some detail about this work, this rebirth? Ooh, Archaea Joy. Prioritize play and pleasure. You know what I feel for you? Pile number 2. This is something, the call, that desire, there's a message here from the universe, okay, the advice. That dream, that desire, that wish, that goal, okay? If you ever had put it aside, or you didn't know, or you had a lot of reasoning against it, okay? This retrograde is going to ask of you to prioritize on focusing on the amount of pleasure that over the amount of work, you know, making sure that you prioritize focusing on the pleasure and the joy you will feel from this desire manifested, and from taking decisions or taking actions from a state of playfulness and joyfulness. Let me give you an example. I don't know why my higher self just put this into my head. But for example, I remember I had to do my taxes, and I was trying to do them by myself because I thought, well, why can't I do my own taxes? And I remember that I was so stressed and overwhelmed by just thinking about it that I tried to read the manuals that is accessible to everyone, whatever. And it's like I could not understand one thing. And I put it aside, but I didn't give up because I was like, I want to understand those concepts of taxes. I want to be more involved instead of like believing and trusting. I want to see where it says this and this and that. But the state of fear and anxiety and whatever that I had when I tried to approach this topic led me to be totally frozen in fear and in paralysis. I couldn't do it. But I didn't give up. I told myself, I have time, because I decided to do this like very early in the year before April. And I put it aside. And maybe like randomly, around maybe 3 weeks, a month later, this comes up again. Something I'm a very beginner. I don't know how to do this. I'm not even from this country, but all of a sudden I have this desire, okay? This desire that comes from nowhere, spirit, okay? And I'm like, you know what? Let me go and find out that manual once again and let me try. But I was like, almost like, like someone that doesn't care. I almost like was, settled on, if I don't know how to do it, I'll just hire someone like I've done before, whatever, stop, I had no pressure that I put on myself. And all of a sudden, within 3 hours of time, not only I had read everything, I understood everything, I was able to do my taxes. And I had done them right. I didn't have any letters that said, I made a mistake, whatever. But I experienced so much joy, so much pleasure from this idea that I had, that I was feeling like I can't do it. And it's just a story for you to illustrate, but it brought me so much joy. And I feel like for you, whatever it is, this idea, this choice, this goal, the version of me that I had to embody was someone that was not so worried, that didn't have so much like fear, that almost like felt like either I can do it or I die or this is the end. There's like many, I don't know why. I was very stressed, but there's something that the universe is saying. I've put a certain desire in your heart. And this period of time, you're going to be supported through being reborn. So you can find more joy, whether it's in a relationship to that desire or overall. So you can free yourself, because with joy, you see how much freedom she feels? It's like unstoppable, unlimited. And I feel like this is part of the energy work for you, is accessing this concept that nothing is impossible. I never thought, like in a million years, that I could ever read this book and understand it. And while I addressed it when I was totally neutral, even like more like excited, like a beginner, like, why not? Why can't I try again? Let me try again, even though I had failed very greatly, spending hours not even getting through the book or the booklet. Here, I had not only understood it, I was able to feel it, I was able to address it, and I was like, oh my God, that was the most exhilarating feeling, even though that was tax. Okay? So I feel that there's something here for you. And, the number 33, it always reminds me of the vertebrae. Okay? So there's something in your connection to your to how energy flows into your nervous system. We're going to ask some guidance about this. And I don't know why, but this card has been next to me the whole time. And with this colon, the vertebrae, I really feel I want to read this to you. So let's see what we have. We have, Pillar of Light. I love, love, love this. Okay, we have Pillar of Light, burning bright. Earth star below, soul star above. Burn away all that is not light. Transform all into unconditional love. Star of Isis, descend your blessing and peace without end. Grace me now with peace and protection. completely embraced by divine perfection. Some of you, if you want to pause this video, screenshot this, and maybe do some energy work with this, okay? I really feel there is some purification that wants to come for you. And you know what I'm going to give you as an energy work is the aura cleanser and detoxifier. I really feel that this will really help you. Now, I have a very interesting mudra, sign language, that is coming up for you. It's this, okay? And that's representing almost like Kundalini and that spark, that member of the masculine that is erected, okay? So I feel this because of the pillar, because of that energy, bringing more joy and transmuting, because in this frequency, not only you're cleansing, you're strengthening. And I really feel for you that's going to be important. So let me take some notes for you, pile number 2. Okay, I'm going to try to list it here, but if you don't, you'll find it down below. Aura cleanser, and I'll see if I can find this mudra name, the appropriate name. I don't remember the name of it, but definitely some name. All right, so that's what I would suggest. I am not feeling any mantra in particular. If some of you like to work with seed mantra, you could work with all the chakra line, okay, from root to crown. The seed mantra, you can look them up. I'll see if I can find that for you as well. Seed mantra. I will put this seed mantra. All right. Okay, so now that we know all of this, and we've heard all Audrey's little silly stories, and hopefully they entertain you and they bring some awareness. What can we expect? Okay, now that we're seeing the universe advising, there's some initiation towards a new version. That's why there's a beginner's mind, a version that is unlimited. Can we have more messages towards what's the ultimate goal, result, anything that can support pile number 2. Okay, let's see what we can get for you. Oh, wow. Okay. So we have the 3 of Wands. This is a card of expansion from the 2 to the 3. Okay, there's an opening of those gateways. There's something that is awaiting for you. Okay. Then interestingly, we have the 2 of Swords. Okay. Oh, your choices. Remember? Maybe the choices that you felt, you didn't know if you were going to go after it or not, and that created a pause. And the universe created that pause purposely for you to do this type of energy work, pile number 2. Okay, and then we have the 7 of Wands, beautiful protection, divine protection. You're being transformed in a version of yourself that doesn't care about other people's limitations through their belief, through their words, through their projection on you. Okay, this is why you probably had a hold. Okay, there's something in your chart that probably is creating this opening. That specific transit is also supporting it. Okay, I find it so interesting because for both piles so far, I'm really describing some energy work for you. And I want to share with you, if that is too much as far as singing or doing the mudra, know that you can just fall asleep at night with the aura cleanser and strengthener. That is enough. That is enough. But some of you, if you like to go deeper and getting some downloads through energy work, that's how I got all the knowledge that I have now today, all the remembrance of all astrology, oracle guidance and all, and music technology is through this type of practice. Sound with mantra and mudra, all 3 of them. Okay. But I didn't start there. I started for a whole year just with the sound. I was not capable of doing any meditation because my nervous system was shot. Too many accidents, too many trauma that were not processed. So some of you know that you are divinely protected through this process. This is source energy telling you we need you to make that next move. But that next move towards your expansion requires of you a certain version that can follow through your intuition, that doesn't get influenced by other people and the old version of yourself and what you used to believe about your abilities. Okay, because that there's a big shift coming forward. And I would say the whole retrograde for Mars then is going to shift in Cancer. So that's going to be until February 23rd, 2025. The whole retrograde is going to help you anchor that new version. Okay, so please stay tuned if that resonated with you when I'll post about the retrograde when we're shifting into Cancer in Western astrology. That's going to be supportive of you and anchoring that version. I really feel it. Okay, that's all. That's it. That's all, folks. Yeah, and if you enjoyed it, please remember to like those videos. It does support the channel to grow, so I appreciate it so much. Namaste. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your advice from the universe. You chose the beautiful Moth spirit card, and it says surrender now. So the number 39 in the angles of the zodiac is all about high sensitivity, receptivity. So I feel intuitively for you, before we even deep dive, that there's, through your surrendering, through relaxing your nervous system, through going into nature, just like allowing yourself to rest more, to surrender more, to slow down, that there's a particular advice, message, insight, something that is meant for you to receive through your subtle senses, your psychic senses, that is coming for you as an awareness. Okay, if you chose according to zodiac placement, I strongly suggest your Mars placement, but again, you can just use your intuition. So we have Taurus, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Scorpio. Okay, let's put them aside and let's see what we have for you, my dear pile number 3. Okay, whoa, ooh, that was strong. Okay, and the energy is what? Archangel Uriel, success through action and surrender now. Okay, I want to talk about this because what I feel is that in the moments, pile number 3, where you relax, there's going to be specific actions, specific decisions, specific things that you need to start or follow with that are coming through. They're coming through your psychic, subtle senses when you're relaxed, when you're meditating, when you're doing breath work, or just going out walking in nature. There's specific guidance for you to be successful in whatever endeavors. We'll see if there's a specific guidance around that success or not. We'll see. But that's that. You know what, you guys, I'm sorry. It's just I'm not sorry, but I need to look at this because I had never pulled this card and I am so drawn to it, so drawn energetically. Now, okay, now I know why. I'm sorry. Okay, in the natal chart, and when you work with archangels and archaias, with the astrology concept, okay, some of you, I'm very deep into my knowledge, and there is some association of Archangel Uriel with a specific point in the chart. So I'm going to give you the point. This is the Imun Koeli. It's spelled I-C. This is your inner world, okay? So I'm going to ask you to look at your natal chart and look at the zodiac sign where you have your IC. It's not your rising sign, it's not your descending, it's not your midheaven, it's the last one that's left, which is your inner world, your private life. And the zodiac sign you have, go and listen to the message according to that zodiac placement, because I feel there could be an energy work, an awareness that needs to come forward for you as far as the success, okay? The success that is waiting for you. We're working a lot with the nervous system when we're working with Mars, so maybe that's part of the surrendering for you, so you can move with more ease towards those actions. You know, if you know sometimes how you're receiving insights when you're meditating, whatever, or just even randomly daydreaming, and then there's either procrastination, anxiety, fear, and you're not moving forward with this. I feel the energy work from your zodiac placement in the inner world, in the IC, is going to help you, okay? That's not going to resonate for everyone, but I do want to mention it because I really feel so far I've been sharing a lot of templates, energy work templates, and that's something, you know, that I do a lot, working with the muses and the goddesses and also the cosmic alignment sessions. Okay, so some of you, if that resonates, go and check it out. Mars loves, especially those degrees of Leo that we're reviewing in retrograde, are about energy work. This is working with your magic. How do you manifest success through energy work? So you don't have to work as much because it's a vibrational alignment. Okay, we have, okay, 2 cards. 2 cards here. And I feel, okay, there's a reorganization. Okay, I want to look at them together. Oh, healing the divine masculine and truth unveiled. So interesting, because I felt called to do it here. And you can see here, when you surrender, you have, and I talked to you about your hypersensitivity, receptivity, that's feminine. There's probably something that you've been telling yourself, or you're telling yourself, that keeps you from acting on and following through with the actions that the divine is asking you to follow through with. And truth are going to be unveiled. So there's a whole process here that I can feel for you through this retrograde, and you're going to address it, and everything is going to feel much more easy for you. Pile number 3. We have here, healing the divine masculine. The divine masculine within provides protection, discernment, healing, and a sense of deep safety and holding, even through the most uncomfortable circumstances of life. Your inner masculine is going through healing right now, growing stronger in the ability to offer you inner protection and stability, so that your inner feminine can blossom with creative expression. So I don't know why, but I feel it's almost like, you know, the sense of security, of groundness that the masculine can offer. There's something, there's some discrepancy, almost like you can receive, or maybe some of you, if you don't allow yourself time to surrender, to be in the quiet, in the stillness, okay, you're not hearing your feminine, and the masculine is not offering that safe place. But some of you, I feel that even though you're offering that safe place, there's certain actions that the feminine requires for safety and stability that needs to come forward with. And I want to pull some tarot cards now to help with this healing, okay? There's a sense of security and stability that your feminine needs, so you can move forward towards your success together, okay? So let's see what we have here. I feel this, there's a lot, you know, you guys, we're a collective here watching, so can we have, yes, some clarity. around this healing. Oh, wow. The Ace of Wands. Look at this. Ace of Wands, especially here connected to the third eye. There's some third eye activation. There's some third eye alchemy. There's a perception maybe of yourself. We're going to pull some more cards. Let's see. Ooh, with the King of Cups. A lot of meditation you need here. A lot. Like that stillness is pile number 3. Actually, that's your card. It's like you got to slow down. You got to meditate more. You got to give yourself, maybe look at this with the bowl, sound healing. This is how you're going to heal your masculine. You're going to be able to navigate the actions you need to take with much more confidence in yourself. Can we get some more details? The Four of Cups. Some of you, if you've been feeling like you're missing something to be successful or something to move forward, this is going to be transcended. Maybe some of you, you're feeling like you have to wait, and the universe is saying, maybe you're limiting yourself. Let's see what else. The Eight of Swords. Some type of entrapment. Okay. We're going to get more details with the message of the truth unveiled. There are times when appearances of people, places, and things are deceptive. You will sense this when something feels uncomfortable within you, when you notice feelings of anxiety or doubt within you. You may think there is something wrong with you, but actually you are intuitively sensing that all is not as it appears to be. Trust what you feel, not what appears to be. Okay. Remember how I said this is high receptivity. You're going to get the guidance only through your connection to your senses. And this is why you need more quietness. If right now and through that retrograde from, especially we're channeling from December 6th to January 6th, if there is certain decisions you have to make, things that you have to make decisions on, based, to provide you security. Maybe some of you, it might be, job decisions, home decisions, any type of decision making with the masculine. You actually need the support of the feminine through creating a sacred space for it, through rituals that will allow you to sense your way towards those actions. Because the actions, maybe some of you, the actions, you're limiting yourself. I'm going to give you an example. Like recently, I've been receiving this guidance. For instance, when we apply for a job and we only have a certain description of the job, okay? And we're all excited because obviously if we're not excited, we shouldn't apply. That's a given. But remember that, for example, the job itself has a set of requirements, and we know we list it, but there's also the requirements that are not listed and that are more energetic. Maybe there's a certain schedule it requires, maybe certain hours, and it's going to influence also how your life is going to be organized, scheduled around. So recently I was shown how to work with those energy requirements from both parties. And as someone that is looking for a job or looking for an opportunity, making sure you're focusing on the aspect of your life that you want. So for example, you want more family time. You want to work certain days, and maybe you don't want to work on holidays, or you like certain things that are important to you, and not just like the limitation of those terms, but almost like why, because, oh well, when I only work this day to this day, this provides me this feeling. So you can see emotionally what it nurtures. And what I was seeing is that energetically, as a result, the decision that you have to make versus like, should I say yes or should I say no? You'll sense the truth. You won't try to make yourself match the opportunity, or the opportunity will not try to influence you to match it. You know what I'm saying? I really feel that there's something here about your success and how you're being guided to move through this Mars retrograde that is very linked to energy work and cultivating the feelings that offer you stability, that offer you protection. Because the things that you think you lack and the things you think you don't have or that you're stuck into, they're going to open up thanks to this new way of working with your reality. I feel like some of you, this is like you signed up, maybe it's in your chart, to understand energy work, to understand, people that want to learn Reiki or work with how energy heals or shapes things, alchemy. I really feel like this is a pile that has signed up to learn those type of concepts. Okay? Yeah. What else? What else as far as those this advice from the universe? Beautiful. I really sense that once you actually sit yourself, pile number 3, that this, if you ever felt anxiety, whatever, things are going to be removed. Obstacles are going to be removed and things are going to align. Decisions are going to be easy for you. Truths are going to be easy for you to realize. You're not going to have hesitation. That's where your masculine, it might need the healing, is like trying to figure out things from the mind, when your feminine is saying, hey, the truth is through your senses, not what it appears to be. You will know, you will recognize what is in alignment. Now we have the 3 of Swords, the 2 of Swords, wait a second, the 4 of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. I feel here, pile number 3, the advice is towards a guidance and not a warning, but most like there's maybe a certain energy test, a certain repetition that the universe is giving you currently through this retrograde. So you're learning from the past. You're learning what's important to you, what brings you freedom, and you're not going to, that's the decision, that's making a decision. And here there's a broken heart. So you see, there's a lot of indication with the how do you call this? Blindfolded eyes, and here the closed eyes. There's a lot here that the Mars retrograde, this transit, the special advice from the universe is all about supporting your intuition. Support in your masculine, maybe certain habits of rationalizing or trying to make decision based on what it looks like versus what it feels like. You're being called to be aware. Be aware. Once you actually close your eyes and sense some of those things, you will see clearly. your path. Okay, can we have a more deeper message for the path ahead? Okay, because there's definitely here with the action through the success through action, there's something that is calling you. Okay, can I have some details here about the success? We have Archangel Chamuel, be what you want to attract. Okay, your work, you signed up definitely for learning the law of attraction. Okay, and I love that I pulled this because that's going to be part of your energy work. Okay, I'm going to ask you, pile number 3, to work, and I will write it down. You might find it here, and you'll find it also below because there's a lot to mention here. You're going to work with the law of attraction. Okay, law of attraction, frequency. And if you like to chant, I would suggest the rainbow frequency mantra, which is HU. H-U. Okay. Is there a specific mudra here? You know what I feel for you? This is interesting. I saw it in his hands here. Usually people meditate with the thumb and the index, palms up. I want you to bring them down, okay? And that on your laps, okay? And that's what I want. And I want you to receive the, I think one is called Chin and one is called Jhana. I think this one is the Chin mudra, but I think, there's 2 different schools and you'll find different. So it's reversed. Okay, the palms are down, and I would listen to the law of attraction because I feel that there might be in the past a certain repetition of a certain belief or a certain making decisions based more on what your mind think is great or should be. But really here you're being called to take into account your feminine energy, to take into account your intuition and really give it space, because this is going to give you success. You're going to be very happy this way. Yeah. All right, pile number 3. That this reading with working on the nervous system and working on the fuel and this, it was a very deep channeling. So I love it. I trust this is supporting you. If it did, please remember to like those videos to support the channel to grow. Many cosmic blessings your way, my dear ones. I'm sending you much light your way. Namaste.